friends.
Good evening, everybody. Oh, I've pushed the button. Oh dear. Oh, I did something wrong. Oh dear. Let's start again. Anyway, good evening, everybody. Welcome to a Monday evening drive with UFRL Tier 1 at Abu Dhabi Do. Abu Dhabi Do. Let's sort this all out. Let's have a bit of track map. Let's data. I don't want elementary because people could be watching. I'm sure they're all going to outsource. Yeah. Cool. So, I am here as English's engineer. Oh, welcome. I'm not gonna try and say your name. Well, I'll try to say it. Kinyi Gaming. Kijonai Gaming? I don't know. But yeah, so they're all out relatively quick. Bar a few, and I believe who's the furthest up the field? We have the Haas. We have the Haas of Christopher Schollin. He will be the first to hit the ground running, as they say. And then we have the Aston in last, which I think will be, I'm not sure which one it is, but here we have Christopher Schollin started his flying lap. There is a Mercedes coming out the garage. Oh, this could be hindrance central straight away. Looks safe to be shared. Hey, Mercedes got well out of the way of Christopher Schollin there. Cajun. Oh, cool. I'll remember that. Cajun. Cool, thank you. So you're his engineer. Wouldn't it be easier? I assume you're talking to him somewhere else, because this is a delay. But yeah, Christopher Schollin coming through the chicane there after a long straight indeed. Making me want a gin though, a gin and tonic, just by your name now. So, but Christopher Schollin, purple second sector. Let's see who's behind him. Is it Mr. P who's behind him? No, it's not Mr. P. But the other Alpine of Deck, who is just behind him as well. So he might be getting a little toe down the straight there. So that'll be a little cheeky extra bit of speed for Mr. Deck there. And he's really up close now. Mr. Christopher Schollin now comes across the line, keeps it on the black stuff. Deck almost runs out of the space there. Deck also tops his lap by nearly over a second, to be fair. So he definitely got a lot of extra speed as we have, who else coming across? There's a kick of Black Panther 122.9. We've got a Mercedes of Warren 131.5. I'm getting some warm up lap there for him. We got, who is it? It's Pesci coming across the line to sit on provisional pole, 1/10 faster than Deck, and a 122.1. Einstein bringing his own aura into UFL comms legend, improving day by day. Thank you very much. Bow out, that's awesome. Thank you very much. I believe Mr. No, sorry, not Mr. Ivy. Mr. Ivy, well, it could be Mr. Ivy. I think he's on an engine penalty tonight. Let's see who we got going across the line. Deadly Pesci. Hazer, sorry, pops up into P3. And we've got Humour, I believe he is on an engine pen tonight. Russell Bolt starting his first flying lap of the evening. As Merckx pops himself up into P7. And I believe that's a Hash behind him. JSS. No, he's on a flying lap. Who was the car behind? It wasn't a Hash at all, was it? It was probably... Who was that behind him? Deadly behind him, starting his flying lap. First flying lap, so he's gone purple in the first sector. Might have got a little toe off the Aston. But yeah, so he purple first sector for him, so that's a good start. Taking the, I guess, the quickest line. I honestly couldn't tell you. It's very wide, keeping it on in between the white lines, but he's definitely looking for the fastest parts of all the track. He's gone a purple in the middle sector as well, a 51.9. Could this be the lap that puts Deadly on provisional pole while everybody else seems to be coming into the pits? We just nipped to Rusted Bolt, who is a little bit further ahead now. He's just going to be coming across the line to finish off his first flying lap, keeps it within the white lines, puts it on 1:23.4, pops himself into 10th place. We'll nip back down to Deadly, who will be coming across the line ever so shortly. Little slide there, but he pops himself into P1 provisional pole position of 1:22.130, 0.04 of a second faster. Wow, that's a close top three. So top three there, all within a tenth of each other, really. You got Warrener, he's on an in lap. El Humo in the pit. English on an out lap now, so he'll be coming to start his first flying lap of the evening. What can Mr. English do? We've seen good things from him in previous races. Can he pop his Williams up into the top three, maybe even onto provisional pole? Here he goes now to start his first flying lap. Oh, humour of the type of session. That is because of an engine penalty. I am positive of that. Still waiting on Ivy. I believe it's also an engine pen. But yes, we have English now coming round the S's at the start of the lap. Keeping it in the white lines. Very nicely done there. Pops in a purple first sector, or 17.2. So already we're looking at a potential new pole sitter. What line will he take down this straight? Will he take the same, not this part of the straight, but will he take the same line that Deadly took? No, he stays a little bit more in line on the black stuff rather than on the white line. Let's see what he does. Come around this sector here, similar line to Deadly there. What's he going to do when he comes across? He's going to cross a little bit later than Deadly, I think, but he's I didn't see if it was purple in his middle sector there. Good evening, Woody, good evening. Didn't see if it was purple sector there coming through sector 2, but it was a little lock up there, as that cost him any time. He's on a bit of a battery save, but with these tier 1 drivers that doesn't mean anything. We got yellows in sector 1. We have a kick that seems to be stopped on track as English comes across the line. P4 122.6. So lost out. I think that lock up really did cost him. We have a kick that's really going slowly. He's just moving out the way of everybody. Well done, Mr. Panther. Well done. Taking evasive action where needed. Deck, who is up in the first sector. by 0.009, so he is wanting to improve, getting a little toe off the acid, being cheeky. The acid is trying to get out of the way. Deck is having none of that. He wants to get as much speed as he can, as much help as he can to improve on his time. What's he going to do coming across through the second sector? Is it going to be a purple? Is it going to be normal? I don't know. We're still up. We're purple. We are 1/10 up in the second sector now. So as things stand, Deck could be looking at a potential pole lap here. I'm not sure how long it is left on qualifying. Did look like he took that one quite nicely, not like English. He did lock up there, but I'm sure English will know where he's lost time, and he'll be able to gain time back and hopefully get back up into, as Deck all out of shape there. He bails at the last minute, and yeah, so that's his lap. He'll be a bit disappointed that he lost it coming into the last bit there. As we see, Hazer also taking a similar sort of line to what Deadly took, so I'm guessing that's the faster line there. I assume so, otherwise they're just having some fun using all the track limits that they can. But yes, we have Hazer now coming to the middle sector. He's up on his time in the middle sector, and let's see what he can do. He's up by 2 tenths in the middle sector, so we're looking possibly putting him above English. See what is depends what he gets on through this sector. It looks like he's taken a nice line, almost borderline track limits there, but he keeps it in the black, on the black stuff, keeps it within the white lines, again, comes across the line, puts himself into P4 with a 22.3. Fantastic lap from Hazer there. Let's see who else we got. We got Black Panther. He is up in his first sector apparently by 2 tenths. So where are we looking here? If he carries on with that, so he's going to have a very good lap here. He's down in the middle sector. So he's lost out. So he's backed off. He has backed off. He's obviously lost the time somewhere. Warrener is surely not down by a second, nearly, in the first sector. So if he is, I'm guessing he's on a in lap, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, as Pesci puts himself into the 121, the first driver this evening to do that, 121.8. So he is now your provisional pole sitter. What a lap that was. Sorry, Pesci, that I missed that, because that was a fantastic lap. As we have Deadly, who is also out on his second flying run of this evening. What will his middle sector time be? Is he going to be up? And if so, by how much? He's up by a tenth, so we are possibly looking to get into the 121s here with Deadly this evening as well. How much can he push that Red Bull through the final sector? Can he find an extra tenth? I think he's going to need another tenth, I think, so he's definitely improving, but is it going to be enough of pole? I'm not sure it will be at the minute. Keeps it within the white lines, comes around to the final corner. The little slide that might have cost him. He's improved his time. He's into the 121s, but it wasn't enough to dislodge Pesci from the top spot. As we have Rusted Bolt on an in lap. Christopher Shawlin is starting his flying lap. We have sector yellows in sector 3. Got Trengler coming in. Let's see who's on. He's on an in lap. Bolts on an in lap. Trengler. I'm not sure if he's on an in lap or not. Let's just stay with Shawlin for a second. Let's see if he is on an in lap. He is saving battery, so I'm assuming he's on an in lap, but only time will tell once he comes across the. No, he's definitely on an in lap. Yeah, he's on an in lap. So we have most people all coming into the pits now. Deadly is on the way to the pits again, and Shawlin definitely on an in lap. If not, then I mean that didn't invalidate his time, but I assume he is on an in lap. We have that's Rusted. Oh no, that's Deadly coming in. Deck. is on an outlap, I assume. English coming into the pitch. So JSS on an outlap now. He will be the next one across the line, I believe. Where's Mr. P? Warming up his tyres very nicely, using all the track for that. He's got his Alpine teammate of Deck in front of him. But no, they're not playing that sort of game. I thought they were going to tow each other, but they're not. As we have JSS starting. No, he validated this lap, so they've got a Ferrari behind him coming out of Tesco Mildews, who I will say is reserving up this evening from Tier 2. So he is a Tier 2 driver, and he is going to be having some fun in Tier 1, getting some extra points there for the Ferrari team. I wonder how far up the order he can get that Ferrari this evening. Deck. So it's Deck. I mean, Mr. P's on an outlap. Wonder if Deck is just trying to stay ahead enough. No, he is definitely coming into the pits. So JSS, who has invalidated this lap, so he's definitely not. So we've got Mr. P, who is starting his final flying lap of this evening. Can he get that Alpine further up? He knows he's better than that. He can definitely get up there. So let's stay on board with him and see how he gets on through the rest of this lap. He's up in the first sector, not purple, but he's definitely improving on his time by a tenth of the minute. So that's looking into the possible 122s. Everybody else seems to be coming out of the pits now. Those that want to. Top 3 are yet to still come out for their last flying lap, if at all they are going to come back out. As Mr. P now coming down the second back straight, coming across to the end of Sector 2. We have yellow flags out in the first sector. That won't concern him. He's up by 3.5 tenths. We are definitely looking at improving our position this evening. Possibly looking up to 8th, 9th, 7th, 8th and 9th at the moment, depending on how fast his final sector is going to be. Let's see what he does. Keeps it within the white lines just. So Mr. P, will he keep it here? He does keep it together. A little bit of an extra berth there. So he'll come across the line, pops himself into P8. He has got more time there, I think. But I think he took it a little bit easier into the last 2 corners there. Just trying to make sure he got the decent lap in, as Black Panther is up in his first sector as well by 8 thousandths of a second. Let's see how he does, coming through nicely. Little lift off there, little lift off towards the exit there. Maybe cut the corner a bit too much, not cut the corner, but took the corner a bit sharp. As the top 4 are all out. English is also right. He's starting his final flying lap of this evening. Who is going to be the next across the line to... Is he starting his lap? He is. As JSS comes into the pitch, he will not complete lap. Warrener. He is now entering into the second sector. See how he gets on a little bit later on. Rusted Bolt also in the first sector. We've got English, who is now coming to the end of his second sector. He's only down by 8 1,000ths of a second. Or 800ths of a second. Sorry, 800ths of a second. No, that is 8,000ths of a second. Never mind, ignore me. Qualifying is now over. English will be coming across the line. Will he improve on his 5th position? Keeps it on the black stuff. Mr. P is retired from session. He's over for the team. He pops himself up into P4, pops himself above Hazer. Who is next across the line? We have a Mercedes of Warrener. He stays at P11. Where is the top 3? Pesci coming towards the end of the second. He is improving. Deadly is coming to the end of his lap. Deck has invalidated his lap. He's going to be very unhappy about that. But let's all eyes turn to Pesci and Deadly. Deadly is now coming to the end of his final sector. Aston Martin gets well out of the way, not to harm any chances he has. But I think Deadly has bailed on that lap. Pesci, who's still up in his second sector, is he going to improve on his final run? I think he's going to. He does. He improves a massive 2 tenths. 121.648, almost 3 tenths faster than Deadly in P2, half a second faster than Hazer. But as you can see, I think they are all relative. The top top 4, I think, with Hazer and Deck, I think they could have improved their time, but unfortunately they invalidated their lap. So I think the top 4 and top 5, I think, are relatively closer than the timings say. But there you have your pole sitter for tonight's race. It is UFRT Pesci in the Visa RB with a 121.6. Deadly in P2 with the Red Bull 121.9. Hazer with the Ferrari P3 122.1. Then you have Deck in the Alpine, English in the Williams, Rusty Bolt with the other Red Bull, Christopher Shawlin in the Haas, Mr. P in the Alpine, Black Panther in the Kicksauber, and Rafael Tringler in the Williams, rounding out your top 10. That is your top 10 for this evening. I'm sorry I couldn't get to the rest of the names, but we will have a quick 5-minute break. I say quick. So yes, we will have a 5-minute break. Just try and find out when we will go. We'll go at 20:29. So please do go and get your drinks. Go and do what you need to do to relax and enjoy the show. And join us back in just under 5 minutes now. And yeah, we will return. Thank you very much. And welcome back, everybody. Hope you've all got your drinks and you've done what you needed to do. Gone to the loo. Gone and got your cups of tea, mugs of coffee, shot of whiskey. Anything alcoholic? What's your favourite alcoholic drink? Anybody listening who wants to partake in the old chatteroo? Somebody's favourite drink before the lights go out. Oh, buddy, we know you got one. We know everybody has a favourite drink. Cajun, how's English feeling? Is there any? I doubt there's any rain in the race tonight. To be honest with you, I'd be shocked if there was. At 29, we can start readying up. I believe that was the time. I might have just been saying this, and now everybody's just like, "Oh, we're ready up." Yes, it is 2029. So let's ready up. Tier 1 and Tier 2 reserves. Let's get this fantastic track started, because we know everybody loves Abu Dhabi. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. It is go in Abu Dhabi, and we have a good start from both Pesci and Deadly. Deadly looking to push him over, but Pesci holds it inside. No, sorry, Deadly holds the inside line. Pesci down to P2. They will go side by side for the first couple of corners here. Pesci back up into the lead. Deadly holding it round the inside there and the outside. Now on the inside, Deadly is going to look to take the lead away from Pesci, as Deck is almost pushing Deadly in front as well. What a fantastic start to this race we have, as Deadly has now pulled into the lead. Pesci right behind, as Deck is also right behind. Deck takes a look on the inside of Pesci. Is he going to do it? He's going to have a little slipstream toe from Deadly, who thinks better of it. There we have your strategies for this evening. Pesci now regains the lead on Deadly. We have yellow flags apparently out somewhere. There looked to be a little contact, but the top 4 now are all separated by just 2 tenths. Who's going to blink first into the corners? We have Pesci leading the way. Deadly under pressure from Deck. Deck gets past him. Deadly down to 3rd position, as Hazer is watching this all unfold in front of him. He's probably hoping that someone's going to be having a collision sooner or later, as Rusty Bolt has caught back up to back of Hazel within 1 second, so he will hopefully be in the Deck's DRS zone. Pesci looks to try to get away from Deck now in the what is he in? He's in a Revisa RB. So sorry, and I will have a check on everybody else and see how they're getting on, but I just wanted to stay with that. We have a look at the position changes. Burks has a 10-second pit lane speeding penalty, so he's obviously had front wing damage, but we have Pesci, who has stayed in P1 now after that first lap round with Deck and Deadly. Deck up 2 places, Deadly down 1, Hazer down 1, Rusty Bolt up 1, Sholin up 1. As Merckx has left the session, English down 2, Mr. P, Black Panther, Tringler, Warrener all stay in the positions they started with. Tesco's Meal Deals having a fantastic start, up 2 places. Hayes also up 2 places. Ivy, the big jumper this evening, apart from Deck, who is now in the lead. Deck is in the lead of the race. I'm sorry, I missed it. I'm terribly sorry. Let's get the positions out of the way there. Pesci and Deck are going at it now. Pesci going around the outside of Deck. Deck trying to hold the inside line. Willie, there's contact! Pesci and Deck contact that didn't seem to cause too many problems, as Hazer has also got past Deadly. But will that have caused any damage to their cars? That is the question. I don't think there was enough contact for, as Deck almost gets too excited, almost loses the back end of the car trying to get around through the final couple of corners here. That will help Pesci extend his lead a little bit. Puts in the fast lap of races. Hazer then tops that with a 125.9. He's the first driver tonight in 125s. Deck almost out of shape coming through the last couple of corners there. Manages to keep it together to keep Hazer behind him. Deadly is now behind Ferrari with his excuse me, with his teammate just behind him. Christopher Shawlin also there in the Haas. English in Williams in 7th place. Mr. P in 8th, Black Panther 9th, and Tringler is 10th. And everybody, I think, has DRS. We'll just nip up to the top because I'm sure someone will be having a go at someone, but apparently we're all staying in a line now as Humo is coming out of the pits. He possibly had front wing damage. I'm not sure what happened to Merckx. Maybe someone could let me know what happened there. But we look like we have the top 4 starting to try and break away from the rest of the pack here. Rusted Bolt doing what he can to try and stay within the DRS of the car ahead of him. As Pesci now almost 8 tenths up the road. Deck is closing up through the last couple of corners here. That is close up 4 tenths in the final couple of corners there. So he's got great corner speed there for that to have happened, unless Pesci made a mistake, which I didn't see him do. Hazer, I think everybody's starting to calm down now. I'm going to let this race unfold. We have yellow flags. We have a kick. We have Black Panther. He's facing the wrong way. Was there contact with someone else? That is so unfortunate for him. Does he have any damage? It looks to be okay. But I hope that he manages to carry on, and hopefully he gets to catch up to the rest of the field, as we have Bolt, who has got DRS. He has lost DRS though for this next section, I believe. I don't think he's going to be within the detection. I take that back. He will be within the detection zone. He has DRS again. He is just managing by the skin of his teeth to stay within the 1 second there. We don't see many other people too close together or having a look, as the top 4 now still all within 1 second of each other. Will Rusted Bolt now finally drop out of DRS, or will he manage to hold it together again through the final couple of corners? It looks like he is dropping out. So I think your breakaway top 4 are now a go. Pesci half a second up the road from Deck, who is just over half a second up the road from Hazer. Deadly staying within half a second of Hazer as well. So that is your top 4 this evening so far. Rusted Bolt keeping Christopher Shawlin behind him, who also had English for company, and Mr. P also. Tringler further 2 seconds down the road. He has Warrener, Tesco Milldeals, Hayes, Ivy and JSS for company. Black Panther comes into the pits, I'm guessing for a new set of tyres. Let's have a look at the old position changes there. So the biggest mover now is Ivy, up 4 places. Black Panther the biggest loser, unfortunately down 6. Stops. So Black Panther's gone on to the hard tyres, as did El Humero. Everybody else on the medium tyres. Penalties, there you have just Rusted Bolt on the penalties at the moment. Let's see what we got. We got Pesci, Deck, Hazer, Deadly, like I said, all within 1 second of each other. And Deadly had a little squirrel moment there. Not as bad as what Deck had in the Alpine earlier on, but he was a bit squirrely coming out there. So are the medium tyres already suffering from this from the track wear, from the tyre wear? Sorry, are they going downhill now? Is it roughly around the sixth lap mark that they start to lose their ability to just grip anything? Pesci now 7 tenths up the road from Deck, but Deck will have DRS, so he will be able to hopefully close up down this straight. But Pesci is taking the line that I saw Deadly taking through qualifying. So is that a faster line for the cars? Is it smoother? Is it better grip as Tesco's get past Warrener, I believe, as Humo gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So Tesco's, I believe, has got past Warrener, but Warrener will now have DRS. Will he then try and come back at Tesco's into this long left-hander? He also has Hayes right behind him and a lot closer to him than Warren is to Tesco's. Will Hayes have a little look on the inside into this little right-hander here? He does. He's getting ever so closer. He's getting ever so closer. He wants to get past that Mercedes. I think the Mercedes of Warren might be struggling. We have English into the pits. He's had enough of the medium tyres. He's going to be coming on to the hard. I'm sure Warrener is coming into the pits as well. We have English also. Oh, I've told you English is in the pits. So English is the first of the top 10 to go into the pits. Look like a good stop there, but as we have Ivy and Hayes, we have yellows out for Sector 1. I think it was Ivy and JSS possibly coming together. Not sure who came together there. We'll just nip back up to the top of the line. Pesci still roughly about 7 tenths ahead as JSS and Ivy are back together at it. Side by side. Is there going to be contact? Looks fairly clean from that camera angle. We'll just look at the Ferrari until we wait for them to come around as Ivy does have DRS, but JSS is holding the inside line. Will he hold it into the turn? He doesn't hold it, or does he? He doesn't hold it. Ivy back into P10. We go up to the top 4. Still seems to be the same as we have Deck coming into the pits, followed by Hazer. So they are the first of the top 4 to come into the pits. Will they slow down enough? It looks like they did. So who's going to be out of the pits out of these two quicker? Who's changing on to hard tyres? Will the hards go to the end of the race as well? I think they will, as Deck does stay out ahead of Hazer. So we have now Pesci and Deadly still out on the medium tyres with Rusted Bolt. Christopher Shawlin now also within a second of Rusted Bolt as well, so he'll be looking to hopefully make a move into the chicane coming up. But Rusted Bolt takes the inside line, didn't really have much to defend with. Christopher Shawlin makes a nice pass into the chicane, and Rusted Bolt drops down to P4 for the time being. But he will now have DRS. What will Christopher Shawlin do? How will he defend? Christopher Shawlin goes to the inside. Bolt round the outside. Doesn't have the confidence, I think, in the grip left for that particular move. What will Pesci and Deadly do? Are these two going to come into the pits now, or are they going to stay out? Ivy and JSS are still battling away with each other. I don't know where to go anymore. There's Pesci and Deadly. Pesci, I think, is coming into the pits. Pesci is in the pits. Deadly carries on. So Deadly now your race leader for the time being. I just want to see where Pesci comes out. Deck is going to... I think Deck is going to get past Pesci here. So the undercut quite possibly has worked here for Deck. He is coming round turn 4. He is in the provisional lead of the race. So that undercut has done wonders for Deck. He's come out ahead of Hazer, and Hazer has also come out ahead of Pesci. So there you have your new potential race leader. Deadly is further seconds up the road. What is he going to do? Is he going to come into the pits as Rusted Bolt? Is he going to have a look at Christopher Shawlin? No, thinks better of it. Ivy now has... Deck, is now getting past JSS. But JSS has DRS, so he will put up a bit of a fight. Thinks better of it. There little contact. There was contact. JSS has spun. He's lost the back end, I think, but there was definite possible contact. The Deck swings back to the inside on Ivy. Ivy holds the line. Deck round the outside. Ivy on the inside. He can't hold him any longer. What a fantastic move there by Deck. He had to get it done as quick as he could because he wants to extend his lead over Pesci for the lead of the race, as Hazer stays out. No, Hazer hasn't. He's already pitted, so of course he's going to stay out. As Ivy does come into the pits. So at the moment, Deadly, who is still out on those medium tyres, she wants to make them last a lot longer than everybody else. So he's still comfortable with how his tyres are at the moment, but it all depends. So Deck is, let's see how far Deck is behind, shall we? Let's see. So Deck is now 14 seconds behind Deadly. Doesn't look to be closing up as much as I thought down that straight, but he does have Hazer all over the back of him. Oh, we need that. Hazer on the back of the Deck. Hazer will have DRS, as does Pesci behind. He'll just want to see what these two do as Hazer looks to go around the outside of Deck, looking to hold it. He keeps it in the white lines. He will now have the inside line for the next turn. What does Deck do? Deck is going to hold it round the outside, and they don't make contact. This is fabulous driving. Hazer switched back to the inside. Will he make it around? Was there contact? Deck goes a little bit wide as Pesci sees this open up, and he is trying to make his move on both of them. Sorry, and Pesci now gets... No, sorry, not Pesci. Deck still staying in the lead. Trengler picks up a 3-second time penalty. Deadly still staying out on those medium tyres. You want the tyres? There you go. So you see Deadly, Christopher Shaw and Russell Bolt staying out there at the minute with their 10-lap-old tyres. Deck and Hazer, 3-lap-old. Pesci, 2-lap-old. English, 4. JSS still out there on medium tyres as well. So they are the few to still pit, as Deck is still holding off Hazer. I've just got to get rid of that, sorry. As Deck trying to hold off Hazer. Hazer will have DRS, as does Pesci. They're going to go 3 wide. Who's going to be the biggest loser? Deck pulls out. Hazer pulls out. Pesci is now potential race leader this evening. They almost went 3 wide through the left-hander there. But Hazer still remains in 5th place. Deck dropped down 2 places now to 6th. Deadly has now come into the pits, so he's gone for 12 tyres. Pesci and Hazer and Deck are now coming round the start-finish straight. So Deadly, who has just, I believe, just stopped, he's going to come out quite far behind the ones up ahead, but he will have fresher tyres towards the end of the race. We have yellow flags out. We've got a kick. We've got a kick who's going slow. It's Black Panther. So I'm not sure what happened there. It doesn't look like he's got any damage. Or is that a puncher? No, it's not a puncher. It's just my graphics. He's going very wide through corners there. So I'm not sure what's happened to Black Panther. But he's not having a great time. But we will nip up to Deck, Hazer and Pesci. Hazer staying with Pesci as well. Not as close as they once were, so I think Pesci will be able to keep his RB ahead of the Ferrari of Hazer and the Alpine of Deck. What can Deck do now? He doesn't want to sit behind for too long. You're welcome, Cajun. You're welcome, buddy. No problems at all. If anything you need, just let us know. But we'll stick with these 3 for the moment. Rusted Bolt is now coming into the pits, as does Christopher Shawlin. So Pesci will now take over the lead of the race, and while doing that puts in the fastest lap of the race at a 1:25.8, as if to assert a little bit of domination. But maybe not. Maybe he just had a good lap. But I think Pesci is going to be your race leader. Oh, your race winner, sorry. He's already broken the DRS to Hazer. What will Hazer get? Hazer does have DRS this time around. Deck does also. English in 4th place with a time penalty. I am lagging all over the shop. What is going on? There we go. Humo 10-second pit lanes. He has retired from the race. As we have Black Panther also going very slowly again. What has happened to Black Panther today? He's going to be very unhappy. He's got front wing damage, so he will be coming into the pits a bit later on, as we have Tesco, Mildred and Shaolin coming side by side with each other. Tesco's want to get back past Shaolin. Shaolin has just come into the pits, and Shaolin looks like he has that job done there. We have Tringler, who is following closely behind Warrener. Mr. P unfortunately seems to be in a little bit of a world of his own. 3-second gap to Warrener behind him and a 4-second gap to Deadly up ahead. Deadly has caught up to the back of English now, almost within a second. He will have DRS coming down. This is not esports. Sorry, so Deadly is now within 1 second of English, but Deadly will still have a further 7-8 seconds to Pesci. So not sure how, if he's going to do it, as Deadly doesn't actually get past English there. He just holds up for the DRS, I think, but I think he could have easily got past unless English was properly burning the battery there. As Tringler, Shaolin, I don't want this camera angle. Get rid of this camera angle. Deadly now does get past the Tringler. Shaolin gets past Tringler. Tringler will have DRS. Warrener moves to the outside. He wants to get past Tringler. Tringler holds the inside line. We have Tesco Milders very closely behind in P10 in the Ferrari, as Warrener has a little wobble. That will open the door for Tesco's to go around the outside. Will he hold it? Braking into the turning zone. There we go. Tesco's gets past Warrener into P9. He saw a little wobble for Warrener and he took full advantage of that. Deadly puts in the fastest lap of the race now with 1:25.6. He is now looking to close down the 5-second gap to Hazer and hopes that Hazer and Deck close up to Pesci, but Pesci looks like he's extending his lead to a further 2 and a bit seconds now. So I think Hazer and Deck will be battling it out for P2, and Deadly, if he can close up 5 seconds, he will then join into the fray. And I reckon Pesci will be winning tonight. Will win the race tonight, but for me it depends on how quickly Deadly can get to Hazer, and I think all of them will then use a tow from Deadly to try and get up, or unless they all work together. But at this point I still think that Pesci will be your leader, your race winner. As Tesco's has Russell Bolt for company. Russell Bolt goes for the outside. Tesco's didn't really put on much of that. I'm not sure there could be anything he could have done there. But Russell Bolt, Warrener has dropped behind Russell Bolt as well. So Russell Bolt up into P9 now. Black Panther, he's an unfortunate race. Hazer and Deck comes into the pits again. He's going to a 2-stop race this evening. He goes on to the hard tyres for his final stint of the race. How will this work for Deck? Are the others going to be coming into the pits as well? Deck comes out into P9, 10, P10 at the moment, but he's going to come right out behind, or just in front of Tesco's. Just in front of Tesco's. I think if he came out behind Tesco's, that could have really caused him some grief there. But he managed to stay out and come out into P9, into a little bit of clear track. He won't have DRS down this straight, and that will help Tesco's close up on him, as Mr. P and Christopher Shaolin swapping places there. Mr. P will now have DRS onto the second part of the long straight, but he looks like he's dropped a little bit too far back to do anything about coming back at Christopher Shaolin this time around. Let's have a quick look at the old tyre Roonies. We've got Pesci on 7-lap-old, Hazer on 8-lap-old, Deadly on 4, Now within 3 seconds of now almost within 3 seconds of Hazer in front of him. English on 9 lap old tyres, Shorlin on 3, Mr. P on 8, Ralph Tringler and Rusted Bolt are trading places here, along with, I can't see who the hell they're fighting with because it's all gone crazy as English comes into the pits for his second stop, as does Mr. P. Christopher Shorlin will then move up to P4. Deadly now within 3 seconds, almost within 3 seconds of Hazer. As we have Rusted Bolt moving up into 5th place, followed closely by Deck. Deck will want to get past him as quick as he can. Doesn't want to stay behind him for too long. He'll desperately want him to get past because he'll want to close up on the top 3, sorry. He'll want to extend, get this stint right, but I think he's come out into a bit too much traffic this time around. He's going to stay behind Russell Bolt for as long as he can to get the most of the slipstream. Moves out onto the inside, moves back, pulls back to the racing line and takes over 5th position from Russell Bolt as Ivy and Warner close together. The teammates almost touch. They almost touch, but Ivy into P8, Warner P9. Let's see, Deadly, sorry, with almost now 2 seconds behind Hazer. He'll see that Ferrari ahead of him and he'll want to know how can he get past him eventually, but he pulls into the pit lane. And does he slow down enough? Apparently picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warning. Deadly takes over 2nd place. Pesci now 6.5 seconds up the road to Deadly. Deadly on the fresher tyres by 3 laps. As Deck now puts in the fastest lap on the race. He is now in P4. About 4 seconds behind Christopher Shorlin. So he'll want to really push on a bit now because just being behind those other drivers have cost him a little bit of time. He's now 20 seconds behind Pesci. Deadly, I'm not sure if he'll have to stop again, but it'll be a close one. We don't want interval. There we go. As we have other drivers now coming into the pits. Deadly 6 seconds behind Pesci and closing. Pesci, will he come in to the pits this lap? Will he see that Deadly is closing? Try and come in now, so then he does have fresher tyres, because if Deadly does have to then pit, it is game, set and match. But what will Pesci do? Pesci does come into the pits. Deadly, Pesci picks up a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings as Deadly will take over your race lead this evening. Deck is the next driver. He down the line that will regain your he's now racing Deck really, because where's Pesci going to come out? Pesci comes out P4, gonna come out into a little gabble here. He comes into a gap really nicely there. Perfect pit stop for Pesci. Comes out within 1 second of Deck, so that's worked out really, really well for Pesci. Great timing then to come into the pits as Warner comes in for his second pit stop of this evening. So Deadly now has roughly a 13-second lead over Deck in P3, with Pesci right behind him. Deck will not have the aid of DRS. Pesci will have the aid of DRS. Is Pesci going to make a move into the left-hander? He pulls to the outside. Deck holds inside, but Pesci is already passing before the corner and moves up into P3. Hazer and Rusted Bolt having a little swapsy of positions there. Hazer getting past Rusted Bolt. Let's see if we've got anything else going on. JSS closing up on Mr. P. Will he make a move down into the corner? He will not, as Tringler and Tesco mill deals. Tesco's getting past Tringler before the corner and moves up into P12. Deck now staying behind as Hazer puts in the fastest lap of the race of 1:25.3. Time's coming down. cars are getting faster, the cars are getting lighter, but the grip will be running out for a few of them. Deadly, who I think is on now 5-lap-old tyres. No, he's on 8-lap-old tyres. I really can't count. He's on 8-lap-old tyres. Shulin on 7-lap-old tyres. Will Deadly's tyres go a further 9 laps, and will he be able to hold off Pesci and Deck in the closing stages of this race? Sorry, I didn't realise that was still there. So Deck will not have DRS, but Pesci will have DRS. He will look to make this move as quick as he can. Shulin defends the outside line. I don't think he really even defended there. Didn't see the need for it because Pesci, fresher tyres, is just going to breeze past him. And Deck will want to do the same as quick as he can. But the longer he stays behind, we have yellow flags out. Black Panther retired from the session. Is that going to be a safety car? I think it is. I think that's a safety car. Deadly will get past, but is he going to be able to get into the pits, put on a new pair of tyres before will he have enough time to get out? He's 15 seconds ahead of Pesci, so that will stay roughly the same. I'm not sure what happened to Black Panther there, but he wasn't having the greatest of races, unfortunately. Something happened early in the session, and it just went from bad to worse for Mr. Panther there. But we love him, and we hope he'll have a better luck next week. But will Deadly be able to come into the pits, put on a fresh set of tyres? And if so, what tyres will he choose? I mean, I think he will definitely come into the pits. Pesci's closed up a little bit. Deadly's sort of slowing down a bit too much here. As JSS comes out of the pits on a fresh set of medium tyres. Hayes also was in the pits. I believe he has come out on fresh set of hards. Let's have a look at the old tyres. Ivy has come out on soft tyres. I'm not sure the soft tyres will last that long or give him enough grip to hold off everybody else. Let's just quickly nip up to Deadly because he is coming to the pit lane now. Will he... I mean, he has to come into the pit, surely. So he's definitely coming into the pitch. What tyres will he go for now? And will Pesci... Oh boy, this is going to be... Let's have a look. Let's say with Deadly. So he's now boxed. Cars are coming around the final corner. He puts on a fresh pair of medium tyres. Pesci coming down the start-finish line now. But obviously at a slower speed, he had to slow down again. I think this has helped Deadly. Will Deadly come out in the lead? I think he'll come out in P2. Or will he come out in P1? He comes out in P2 on a fresh set of medium tyres. So he will have the faster tyres when the safety car does come in. Fantastic timing for him and... him and his pit stops, because that has really helped him out a great deal with what laps we have remaining. I'm not sure how this race is going to go. I mean, the cars are still pretty spread out. I've got to start remembering to take that off. But we got everybody on hard tyres except for JSS, Warrener on the mediums, as well as Deadly on the mediums, and Ivy has gone for the softer tyres to the end of the race. Everybody you see there has taken 2 stops. Have a look at the penalties. We've got 3 seconds for Pesci, 3 for Hazer, 3 for English, 3 for Bolt, 3 for Tringler, and 3 for Hayes. Your position changes. Ivy up 6 places, biggest mover. Tesco's up 4. Tier 2 driver up 4 places in a Tier 1 race. That's a great effort from Tesco's there. What we have, I don't think the safety car is going to be in this lap. So I think we have one more lap. And then we will have the safety car in with 6 laps remaining. So, who's gonna come away with a win for this one? As why has Deck dropped down to 7th? What's happened there? Could have sworn he was further up. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure the safety car is going to be in this up. I think Warner and JSS will catch up to the back of the pack before they even come out of this corner. And yep, there we have it. So the safety car should be in this lap. So the question will be, when will Pesci go? And can he hold the Red Bull, the sister car, with the fresh mediums? There's Deck and Shawlin are trading places for some weird reason. I don't know if that's my thing glitching, but so yeah, safety car should be in this lap, and we will go racing for the final 5 laps of the race. Pesci will have to defend from Deadly, who will be on the faster tyres. But can Pesci hold him back as he now goes to warm up his hard tyres? Deadly just, as Deck moves up to 4th place now. Now Deck's up to 3rd place. What is happening? I'm trying to work that one out myself, mate. I am really trying. I was going to say, I'm sure he was up at P3, but anyway, we will try and work out what happened with Deck later, as we now will be starting the final 5 laps of the race. When will Pesci go? Safety car is in. Pesci is gone. Pesci has gone. There it is, but Deadly has gone with him. Deck slightly further behind, but Deadly has stayed with Pesci, and he was very close coming into turn 1 there. Had to back out a little bit there, but they were very, very close. Deadly will be hoping to make a move into turn 1. No, he won't make a move into turn 1. He will just stay behind Pesci for the time being. I think we have Tesco's getting overtaken there by Hayes. Or is he trying to overtake Hayes himself? I think that was Hayes getting past Tesco's. As I don't know what happened there, but Deadly all over the back of Pesci, just showing that the Red Bull, the main Red Bull car is there. Shawlin gets past English into the chicane there, but we'll go on board with Pesci, who has Deadly for company and closing fast. Deadly goes to the outside. Pesci holds the inside line. Doesn't look like Deadly's going to have anything to do there to get past him. Pesci is still your race leader. Where is Deadly going to make this move? He has to do it as quick as he can because he will have the faster tyres, but they will wear down a lot quicker. He needs to get this done as quick as possible if he wants any chance of breaking that 1 second gap to Pesci in order to hopefully win this race this evening. Almost pushing the sister RB car through the final corner. Oh, again, close, very close to behind Pesci when he brakes. Is this going to be a race for what legends are made of? A Deadly goes to the inside line. He does make his move on Pesci. He does the same move that Verstappen pulled on Hamilton to win the title at the end of 21. But Deadly now has Pesci for company all down the back straight there, but Deadly does have DRS. Pesci will get the DRS into the next section, but will Deadly have enough battery to help pull away a little bit more? He pulls away a little bit. Pesci will be using the battery, will be using DRS now. He will close up, but I don't think he's going to close up enough to warrant a move into the corner. Rusted Polt getting past English. Also further down the order, Deck has Hazer for company as well. Not all over the back of him, but he's definitely on him, as Tringler very close behind. behind Ivy. I thought that was contact, but it was just over the bumps. But Tringler trying his best to get past Ivy. I think those soft tyres will be losing a bit of the old grip Aru there, as Deadly puts in the fastest lap of the race. He's almost broken the 1 second barrier. Will he get further than a second down the road before the next sector, before the DRS detection zone? Warren and JSS swapping places as well. Pesci trying his best to stay within the 1 second. He has definitely kept within the 1 second. This will be a very big help for Pesci. He'll be able to burn a little bit, but also save down the first part of the straight here. He'll close up, but he'll just want to be saving his battery a little bit because he'll need to push it a little bit later on. Hazer gets past Deck, as Shorlin will also look to be making that move as well. Just nip up to these two again. Pesci is trying his best to get up behind Deadly. Will he move to the inside? I think he's still trying to conserve a bit of battery here. Maybe these two are just both saving a bit of battery, leaving the battles for the very final lap. But Pesci will know that Deadly's tyres will wear off a lot quicker. He will have the better tyres, I think, when it comes to the final lap. But he was out for the hards, I think, a lap or two before Deadly did come into the pit. So it will be very, very close when we come to the final lap of the race. Pesci now within half a second of Deadly. Hazer dropped 2.5 seconds behind Pesci. Deck following suit with Christopher Shorlin and Rusted Bolt. A little bit further down the line, English just almost outside DRS. Mr. P staying within DRS of English. Ivy leading another train of Tringler, Hayes and Tesco's, JSS and Warrener. But we'll nip back up to the top here because here comes the DRS for Pesci. He will stay behind Deadly, I think, for the first part of this. Just shows him that he's there. Deck picks up a 3-second warning for multiple time penalties. They look very close here, Deck and Hazer. I think Hazer has just pulled away enough. Pesci, is he going to make a move to the inside? Nope, he still stays behind. He's trying to conserve his battery there. I wonder who has the most battery out of these two. Is Deadly saving, and Mal Pesci is also saving. JSS and Tesco's trading places as JSS runs very wide into the left-hander, giving Tesco's the position back. But JSS will he look to the inside? He does. He swings it out the inside. There's contact. Surely pushing the Ferrari of Tesco's a little bit wide. JSS picks up a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. But he was definitely there was definite contact there between the two of them. But we'll with 1.5 laps to go as Rusted Bolt and Christopher Shorlin now trading places. Rusted Bolt tried to fight it back, but I think Shorlin has the fresher tyres. I'm sure there's going to be a few of the penalties being looked at because I'm pretty sure they're the pit lane issue. But we'll come to that later. As Pesci now still sitting behind Deadly, trying to conserve his battery. Pesci looks to the inside, just shows him he's there. Deadly didn't look like he was too phased by that. But Deadly now will be having to push the battery to try and get away as Deck now gets past Christopher Shorlin. I don't know which one to stay with because I want to stay. I don't know. I just don't know. Rusted Bolt getting past Shorlin as well. Bolt on the inside. Shorlin, I don't think will have much to fight about that as Deadly still holding Pesci back as they come into the final lap. Now this will be all about battery and DRS and who is going to make the move first. What's going to happen here is we start the final lap of the race. Deadly in P1. Pesci right behind him in P2. Deadly's tyres will be slightly more worn than the hard or the more resilient hard tyres, but Pesci right behind Deadly now. Will he make a move into the hairpin or will he think better of it? He does think better of it then because he didn't want to give up DRS, I don't think. But I think DRS is where it's all going to come down to. Deadly putting the battery to good use here. How much battery does he have saved? Pesci closing. Deadly does move to the inside. Pesci goes for the inside line. Will he be able to... There's a little contact there. Little bit of contact, but Deadly will now have DRS. How much battery has Pesci got? How much battery has Deadly got? Who is going to make the move? Deadly going to have to go around the outside. Pesci going to make him work for it. Round the outside they go, side by side. Is there any contact? There's not. It's clean racing. Little bit of rubbing there, but Deadly will now have the inside line for the next couple of corners. What is Pesci going to do? Pesci will come for the switchback. No, he won't. Deadly will hold him off. Switch. Then Pesci switching from the inside. Who is going to come away with it? I think Deadly has done it. I think Deadly has held him back long enough just to stay. But Pesci is not giving up. He's battling right to the end of the line. But Deadly is your race winner this evening, followed by Pesci, followed by Hazer and Deck. Rusted Bolt. Christopher Shawlin will then jump up to P3 with penalties. Hazer P4, Deck P5, English P6, Mr. P P7, Rusted Bolt P8, Tringler P9, Tesco's P10, Warrener P11, Hayes P12, JSS P13 and Ivy P14. I'm just going to say the end to that race was quite crazy. I didn't know which one to stay with. I wanted to try and stay with the leaders. I wanted to try and see anybody else making moves, which there were lots of moves going on in the final lap, but Pesci was able to get past Deadly, but Deadly then held it around the outside into the left-hander, and he will take the top spot, the top step this evening in the Red Bull car. He will have the #1 trophy. He will spray that champagne like anything, because that was a battle for the ages, I believe. So there you have the champagne flying everywhere. You got a Red Bull, you got a Visa RB, and you got a Haas on the top spot. What a fantastic race this has been this evening. It's been fairly clean racing all around, but obviously until the stewards have a look at what's gone on, I cannot comment on anything. But there you have our race this evening. I will hopefully try and see anything. Maybe, no, probably not even going to get to see who will drive the day from the game. So I have to think of that one myself. Or who got the fastest lap. Wow, I got nothing. So helpful, this game. It really is. Absolute pile of wank. But let's have a look at what people are saying in the old chat. As what we got. Deck says Deadly in the safety car, Abu Dhabi. He loves it. GG's everyone. I mean, that was an absolute great end to the Tier 1 race this evening. Your race winner is Deadly, Pesci P2, and Christopher Shawlin, after everybody's penalties, was in P3. Tomorrow night we will have Tier 2, and they shall be racing in Bahrain. Well, early in the game. I don't think they'll be racing in Bahrain anytime soon in life. But yeah. But there we have your race this evening, won by Deadly in the Red Bull, battling out with Pesci for the last 2 laps there. What a fantastic race we've had. Do hope you join us again for tomorrow's Tier 2 race in Bahrain, also at 8 o'clock. I have been Iron Shin, and we have been UFRL, and I hope you have a fantastic evening. Goodbye.